This is Mr. Baumgartner, and I thank you for watching this demonstration tutorial on how to code a sentence. The process is always the same. First, you should have a copy of your coded chart handy. Okay, number one, we're going to find the main verb. We want to find the subject of the sentence. To do this, we need to find the main verb first. The subject is the noun that does or receives the action of the main verb. In this case, the main verb is lifted. The main verb is also called the simple predicate. We double underline the simple predicate. Finally, we put an arrow over the main verb, lifted. Number two, to find the subject, we ask ourselves who or what is lifted. Well, the jet in this case. This then is our simple subject. We single underline our simple subject and put our baseball or basketball code over the jet to show that it's a thing. Number three, we go looking for more nouns. To do this, we will systematically search from left to right through the sentence for any more people, places, things, or ideas. There are no more people. We see that the word runway is a place, so we put the house code over runway. And finally, we have the word history. History is kind of an idea. It's our record of the past. We can't touch history in the same way we can touch a person, place, or thing, but it is a noun. We call it a concept, and we put our light bulb code over the word history. Now, we have all of our nouns. Number four, find more verbs. We see that in addition to having lifted, which we called our main verb, the jet also soared. So we put an action arrow code over soared. Number five, find the modifiers. There are only two parts of speech which modify in English. We know that adjectives modify or describe nouns and tell us either which, what kind, or how many. To find adjectives, we look at each of our nouns to see if they're being described or modified. Adjectives usually, but not always, come before the words they are describing. We'll discuss predicate adjectives, which come after the noun, later in the semester. First, we look at the word jet to look to see if it is being described or modified, and yes, it is. It's being described as being both blue and white. So we put our ADJ code over both and encompass the ADJ in an oval. We also see that the runway is not being modified, but history is. What kind of history do we have? We have aviation history. So we put our ADJ there also and encompass that in an oval. Now, adverbs. Adverbs modify verbs and tell us when, where, in what manner, or to what extent. To find adverbs, we look at each of our verbs to see if they're being described or modified. You can always look for ly words. We see that the word gracefully is in our sentence, and it tells us in what manner the jet lifted off. So we're going to put our ADV code over that and encompass that in a circle. And we look at the word soared, our verb soared, and we see that it is soaring silently into history. So we're going to put our ADV there, right? In what manner? Notice in the first case, the adverb came before the verb. In the second case, the adverb came after the verb. It is important to note that while adverbs primarily modify verbs, they can also modify adjectives and sometimes even other adverbs. Very is an example. Very is an adverb. We could say the jet very gracefully lifted off the runway and soared silently into aviation history. Okay, number six. We're going to look for our conjunctions and prepositions. Okay, if we've done everything right so far, the remaining words must be either conjunctions or prepositions. Conjunctions generally tie two or more of the same parts of speech together, or two phrases or clauses together in a sentence. It's like coupling of two railroad cars. in our sentence we have two conjunctions, both of which are and. Our first and is tying two adjectives together. And our second and looks like it's tying sword and runway together, but if we think about it, runway is a noun, sword is a verb, that's not going to happen. So what is it tying together? Well, it's tying together our two verbs. What did the jet do? It lifted and soared. So, anything left in our sentence now must be a preposition, assuming we've done everything right so far, which we have in this case. To make sure, we want to set up a test to make sure that the remaining words are prepositions. A preposition shows a relationship between two nouns. So I'm going to artificially set up a relationship between myself, or a person, and a box. Okay, and then we ask ourselves, look at here, the words we have left are off and into, so we ask ourselves, can we get off the box? If we can, there's a relationship, and yes, that's a preposition. We also ask ourselves, can we get into the box? Yes, we can. Preposition. Other possibilities are to be between boxes, under boxes, over the box, go to the box. Sometimes it's position, sometimes it's direction. You can go to the box, come from the box, come after the box, before the box. You can be beside the box. Any of those things that show relationship between two nouns. And that's it for our tutorial on how to code a sentence. Thank you for watching.